die down? Just any thoughts?
No, not really. I tend to move past things, try and get ready for the next game. Um, we have a good Washington State team ahead of us, so trying to let the past be the past, learn from mistakes and learn from things that we did do right, and trying to incorporate those into the next week's game.
How do you avoid a letdown, so to speak, after such big moments?
It always starts in practice, just making sure we're having good practices, making sure we're understanding what the coaches want out of us. When it comes time to do our scouts, making sure we all know our scouts, know personnel, know what they like to do, and then when we step on the practice court, try and take that away with our scout team.
Andrew, I know that you guys have played a lot of neutral games and whatnot. Young team. Well, how do you explain to these guys the difference between playing in China and the Bahamas as opposed to going to Pullman on a Saturday and playing a true road game?
Well, I just think the difference is the crowd. I think when you have neutral games, it's kind of both teams get rooted for a little bit, but then when you're on the road, it's kind of just everyone's against you. But I just think we'll have a good responding to it. I think a lot of these guys like being the underdog. They actually take it and play better with it, so it'll be a good experience for us.
Do you think this is a situation where having so many local guys now on the team maybe helps equalize that a little bit because of their knowledge of it?
Yeah, definitely for this game as well, because just being in Washington State, a lot of them, like you said, a lot of them are local, so they know the rivalry. They know how much Washington State and Washington don't really like each other, or at least haven't in the past. So I think they're going into this game pretty well equipped.
What's challenging about them? What do they do well?
I think whenever they play us, they always play with a little bit more energy because it is a rivalry game. I know their coach likes to get up and down a lot. They're in great shape. They have a lot of good guys who can make shots, make plays for their team. So they're kind of like us in that sense.
Hey, just the one thing that you remember from that game last year. I mean, if you could just take me through all of it, your shot, and then if that shot did anything for you, confidence-wise, sort of going forward.
The biggest thing I actually remember out that game was we were on a losing streak before going in there, and we had a couple team meetings, couple player-only meetings, just about trying to get together and try and figure the whole thing out. And I remember, I think we were down early, I want to say, and we were kind of playing sluggish or whatever. And I just remember it being a tight game throughout, and then I was having a pretty good game, and when I hit the shot, I was just thinking of like a relief that we got to win.
Was that play, and if you start telling me, was that play called for you? And or
No.
that was a rebound, right?
No, the play was called for Nigel. He was supposed to come off the pick and roll, and I was just one of the options if people collapsed on him to come open, and they collapsed on him, and so he passed me the ball.
And then, out of everything that you've sort of done in your career now, can you rank that shot and kind of where that falls, Colorado, and kind of what you did last weekend? Sort of where does that go?
I think for me, that was probably the biggest play since I've been here personally, just because of the stage that it was on, as far as it being a rivalry game. I think it was an ESPN game. We were on a losing streak, so I think all that incorporating one, that was my career high. All that incorporating one makes it probably the biggest.
Andrew, from a defensive perspective, how is this defense that you're a part of now different from some of the ones you played with here?
It goes more to my redshirt year when we were playing up in the lanes, trying to deny, trying to kind of cause havoc. I think we've been doing a good job of that. I think the UCLA game, or maybe it was USC, we had 40 deflections, which is kind of unheard of. Just picking up the pace, allowing our athleticism to kind of take a role in our defense, as opposed when we had Rob down there blocking shots, we kind of just stood back and tried to play a pack defense. If they got in the lane, we would let them because Rob was just going to clean up the glass or whatever. So that's probably the biggest difference.
What was your approach toward defense when you were in high school?
I probably played no defense in high school. I remember my high school coach always used to tell me, man, you'll never be able to go to college if you don't play defense. So my senior year of high school, kind of played a little bit more defense. We kind of played the similar style we're playing now in high school. We ran a little bit of the amoeba, but in high school I was more of a two-slide guy and let him go past me.
Do you, as you've seen freshmen come into the program, do you kind of chuckle like, man, like you guys are you have no idea what you're in for, like having to learn this defense? Because I'm sure most guys were kind of like that, who were big offensive players in high school but didn't really play a lot of defense.
Yeah, a little bit, but not so much with this group because, I mean, they're so long and athletic. I wouldn't doubt if they were great defenders in high school. And then just seeing how athletic they were when we were playing at open gym and how competitive they were, I knew that the defensive part wouldn't be a problem because they came in wanting to be the best that they can be. And I think they know that defense is the main thing that our team kind of prides itself on.
Was it a